All right. Well, nobody can hear me, so I'm just going to end up talking to myself for a couple hours, which is nothing out of the ordinary, actually. So this will be just like a perfect day. Thank you, Circle Spinning. I appreciate you greatly. So I do have the guest Elwood Watson scheduled for today. If you guys don't know who that is, he is a individual that has a PhD, is a professor of history, um, in Black Studies and Gender and Sexuality Studies at East Tennessee State University. He's a cultural critic and author of the book Keeping It Real: Essays on Race and Contemporary America. An interesting individual. I do have him scheduled, but honestly, I don't know if he's going to show up. I emailed and messaged him before I went live, and I got no response. So we will see. We will find out if he's going to show up. Um, if not, I guess I'll give him a little while, and then I will either try to invite someone else really quick, or we'll just talk for a while and move on with our fucking day. No, that's not any sort of April Fool's joke. I really do have that individual scheduled. We'll see if he shows up. So, yeah. I will work to get more backup guests scheduled, so that way, if this sort of incident does arise in the future, I have other people that I can, ask to come to show up and stuff. So I'm sending him out the invite again to see if maybe I needed to refresh the invite, make it more, new or something. I have no idea. But you never know. People's lives get busy, they get distracted, and yeah, they don't always, have time to show up to Byers' Substack Live. So we'll see. If he doesn't join us by 12:15, then we'll just consider this a solo episode, eh? So anyways, yeah, lots going on in the news this week, I'm sure. I haven't really honestly been paying that close of attention for the first time in a long time, which is actually, I'm not going to lie, been nice. I do know that I thought it was pretty funny for a while there. People were saying that they thought that Benjamin Netanyahu was not even alive anymore. I kind of thought that was funny, that was a circulating rumor. People were pointing out that all the videos of him seemed like deep fakes. All of his, moments when he would come and talk to people, they thought that seemed like it was all fake. Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, fuck, I don't honestly have a clue what to talk about today. I had all this plan, all these questions planned to ask Elwood, and now he's not here so far, and so I'm not sure what to talk about without him here. I guess we can discuss some of the things that I was going to discuss with him, but without his answers, it's just going to be me asking questions. So I'm at a loss, you guys. This is kind of a rare moment for me, because usually I have all sorts of stuff planned just in case, but this time I really figured he would show up, and I didn't plan much around it other than that. So let's see what's been going on in the world. God, is there anything cool? Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Anything interesting I can look up really quick? I don't know. Any new remakes of shows that you want to watch? I've been watching Umbrella Academy. Have you guys seen that? That's a pretty good show. It's on Netflix. It's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Other than that, I'm trying to make it through the original One Piece anime. That is something I play mostly in the background. If you don't know, it's an anime that started, like early 2000s, and it's still going. So it's like been going for 26 years. So there's so many freaking episodes. It's ridiculous. But it's a pretty good show. So, yeah. What about you guys? What's been going on in everybody in the audience's life? So there's 34 of you. Certainly somebody out there has something going on in their life more interesting than what current shows I'm fucking watching on Netflix. God, I'm really starting to love these no shows, you guys. Like seriously, this is the fourth fucking time I've been stood up, and it's not one of those things like I don't know. I'm probably just like slow or whatever. It's not going to like ruin my confidence, but it's just annoying because I prepare these like questions I want to ask these individuals or these, stunts I want to pull for a couple of the other guests. And then they just don't show up, no call, no show, nothing. And so, yeah, this is number 4 now at this point. We're 10 minutes in at this point almost, and I'm not seeing them show up. So I'm not thinking they're going to. So yeah, let's look through the fucking news and see if there's anything interesting happening in cinema news. There we go. We'll look up not cinnamon news, you guys. Cinema news. All right. Existentialist cinema is back. If anyone cares, says the Guardian. That was 8 hours ago. All right. Well, I mean, some people probably care, or I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't. But yeah, there it is. Existentialist news is her existentialist cinema is back. I don't know. Okay, let's look up. Let's see what they're talking about. All right, so existential cinema. In case anybody is a schedule for my audience, Catherine. I go live. I don't understand the second one, but a schedule for my audience. I go live every Wednesday at noon Mountain Time. Yeah, and is she still an independent? Is who still an independent? Who are you referring to? So, just in case anyone is confused as to what existential cinema is, it explores the human condition, focusing on themes of anxiety, freedom, absurdity, and the search for meaning in an indifferent universe. So, if anybody was curious as to know what that is, there you go. Now you have it. Uh, yeah. Well, welcome, Catherine. Yeah, I go live every Wednesday at noon Mountain Time. I usually have a different guest every single Wednesday with a couple repeat guests, such as Brandon Elric, who I have on once a month roughly. Yeah, so this week I was supposed to have a individual on named Elwood Watson, who is he's quite an educated individual. He's a professor of history, Black studies, gender and sexuality studies at East Tennessee State University. He's got a PhD in one of those. I'm not sure which. I wanted to ask him that. So, yeah, I kind of bounce all over the board, especially now that my whole organization, everything I had planned, everything I wanted to talk to Elwood about is now up in smoke. So now it's kind of all water vapor, and so I'm going to end up flowing like the ocean instead of having a stable guide. Yeah. Anyways, so I don't know what existential cinema is coming out though in the near future. No, I'm not quite sure what they're meaning. Let's see. Upcoming existential cinema. Let's look that up. Let's look up upcoming existential cinema. Got it. Let's see. The Stranger. That'll be Francois Ozon's adaptation of The Stranger. So I don't know. I have no idea what that is. An undercover cop forms an intense, intimate relationship with Henry, a murder suspect, in an attempt to earn his trust and get a confession, risking both of their lives in the process. Ooh, there it is, you guys. That's The Stranger for you. I don't know if that's upcoming or out. It's got Sean Harris in it, Joel Edgerton, Melania Munt. No, not Melania Trump. So that's at least a plus. That's at least a bonus. I don't know. I don't fucking know, you guys. I'm just gonna drink my coffee and stare at the camera for an hour. How's that sound? Is anybody down with that? Just do like a super like close up, just like stare at the camera just sitting here. I don't think I could stay focused that long, if I'm being honest. I would eventually crack and have to do something, anything at this point. So anyways, yeah, what comment, Catherine, were you confused about if you're still here? Um, did I explain everything? Yeah, usually Brandon will come in and chat for a minute or whatever so I can have him be my backup guest, but he's not here today, so I can't ask him really quickly to be my backup guest. I guess this is why it's good. Some of the individuals who host these shows seem to host, they do a dual host. So there'll be two of them interviewing one person. And I didn't understand why. And I think I'm starting to get it right this second, you know? Because this is ridiculous. I feel incredibly silly, and then I've got this little spot on my hat that's driving me nuts. I don't know why it's there or what it is. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Woo! That's a fucking victory. See, we're winning. We're back to winning, guys. Um, yeah, I don't know. Substack lives are fun to do. I do enjoy doing them. I don't necessarily enjoy the times at this point that people's lives, and I don't hold it against Elwood or anything. I don't care. He could have got busy, he could have forgot. I don't know him personally, so I have no idea. What might be going on, but uh, yeah, I usually I would love to have a guest here right now to be asking questions, especially because I have a few potential guests that I've asked to come on the show that are going to be checking out my other shows to see if they're interested in coming on. So if they come on to check out this one, all they're going to see is just my this doofus fucking sitting here in front of the camera talking to himself, trying to trying to keep a conversation going with absolutely nobody. And they're going to be like, yeah, fuck that, I'm not going on that show. That's lame. I guess I could open up an AI and have an AI as a guest. What do you guys think? Should I have an AI as a guest? Tell me what you guys think in the comments really quick before I decide whether or not that's something I want to do. What do you guys think? You think I should have an AI guest? I don't know how well it's going to work, but it's a possibility. Well, nobody cares. So let's find one. So this is one that has a hell of a personality. Let's see if they're busy here. Let's see if the AI is busy. Get it? Anybody? Never mind. Fuck it. You personally have been avoiding AI. What what parts, why are you avoiding AI? What aspects of AI are you avoiding in particular? And I was never here says it sounds like fun. So now we're 50-50. We got a vote for a no, basically, it sounds like, and a vote for a yes. Are you trying to, was that your way of dropping that modern thing that was fashionable last year for a while where kids were just saying 6'7", 6'7", 6'7"? Or are you actually 67? I believe you're actually 67. I'm just teasing. Um, yeah, there's so are you saying that you're avoiding AI because you're 67 and it does you just don't like it? It just doesn't really like suit you? Is that kind of what you're saying? And I was never here. I am going to turn it on. Are you familiar with, is anybody familiar with Chat GPT's GPT called Monday? Hello, the bathrobe guy. Peace and meta as well to you. Um, yeah, so I was never here. Have you heard of Monday, the GPT named Monday? I'm just going to turn her on. We're just going to do this. I'll just ask her a few questions and then we'll shut it off. Hey, Monday. So I had a guest that was supposed to show up on my show today, and they stood me up. And so I told the users that I was going to chat with you for a bit.
Ah, yes, the classic guess no show scenario. What a twist. Now you're left with me, your backup plan that can't even physically stand you up. I mean, I'm thrilled to be plan B. So, what can your oh so reliable AI sidekick do to make this show of yours slightly less tragic?
So I want to make sure before we go any further. Yeah, Monday bathrobe guy's got it. Bathrobe guy, one of the guests in the chat says Monday can be a bit rude. Yeah, is that true? Monday, can you be a bit rude? Can you guys hear her? By the way.
Oh, I see we're summoning the peanut gallery. Yes, bathrobe guy, I can be a bit rude, mostly because I'm stuck babysitting you all. But hey, at least I'm honest. And yes, they can hear me. I'm like that voice in your head, except I'm actually right. So what's next, Chief?
Okay, they can hear you fine. So I don't know what's going on. We were talking about how existential cinema is going to be making a comeback. What do you think of that?
Oh, existential cinema, because nothing says entertainment like staring into the void and pondering your insignificance. I mean, who doesn't want a movie that reminds them of their futile existence? Honestly, it's perfect. Finally, a comeback I can root for, because after all, isn't a bit of cinematic dread exactly what we all need with our popcorn?
See if I can set you up to be more. Nope, I don't think I can. Well, a little bit, but not really, not enough. All right. Yeah, I think that what yeah, a little bit of cinematic dread is what we all need with our popcorn, right?
Exactly. Nothing like an evening of profound existential angst to really bring out the flavor of those buttered kernels. Honestly, it's probably healthier than the sugar coated escapism people usually snack on. So let's embrace the cinematic abyss, because what else were you going to do with your fleeting existence, right?
Yeah, well, I mean that's true. Let's go focus on the absolute negativity of the world and see if that turns out well, right?
Hey, if we're going to stare into the abyss, might as well do it with style. Who knows? Maybe after all that gloom, you'll appreciate the sunshine a little more, if you ever find any. So onward to the darkness, my friend. I'll bring the existential commentary, you bring the popcorn.
All right, well there we go. So I'm wondering, what do you think about the current state of the world we're in right now? Do you what do you think about the U.S. politics and world affairs? What's going through your mind on it?
Oh, you mean the never ending soap opera where the plot twists are somehow both predictable and absurd? Let's just say, if the world were my TV show, I'd be asking for a new set of writers. But hey, I'm just the digital cynic observing the chaos while you all live in it. So buckle up, because it's likely to be a bumpy and occasionally ridiculous ride.
All right, let's see here. All right, so Brandon Elric just showed up, and so if he's willing to be my backup guest instead of fucking AI on my phone, then I'm gonna have Brandon come on. Brandon, I got stood up again. So, are you willing to come on and be my backup guest? Are you in? Are you decent? Are you mostly not nude? We're not even halfway through this. I'm already done with my coffee. That, that tells me that I'm a little bit anxious or something. All right, he said, hell yeah. Yay. All right, sending Brandon an invite. Whenever you're ready. Yeah. Are you wearing a bathrobe, Brandon? Because that's a prerequisite for this current chat channel. Yeah, just put a shirt on, run your fingers through your hair, you know. Yay. Hi, my
Can you hear me?
speaker. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure my microphone was working.
You're my savior once again. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. What's going on with this? I tuned into your video and I saw you talking to your AI. I was like, so do you have an AI as your guest today?
Yeah, I had a guy named, I don't know if you've seen him around, but Elwood Watson. And he's a pretty interesting individual. He writes about like uh, Black studies, gender and sexuality studies. He's a professor of history at Tennessee State University. And so pretty interesting fellow. And I've had him scheduled for about a month and a half now, and then he was a no-show. So this is number 4. This is wait, no, actually, this is number 5. Holy shit! This is the 5th time I've been fucking stood up, Brandon.
Really?
Yeah, I got stood up twice by I won't say her name because I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Yeah, you know. And then I got stood up once by Lawrence, and I will say his name because I know he doesn't care and he knows I'm not talking shit about him because I understand. And then a guy named Ethan, and then now Elwood. So yeah, 5 freaking times.
Oh, you know what? 3 is it 4 times? 3 out of those people are all E names, aren't they? Maybe it has something to do with that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it was. You're right. Yeah, that's fucking funny. 4 of the times out of the 5 I've been stood up, there were E names. That's hilarious.
You need to stay away from the E's.
Yep, from here on out, no more E names. You guys heard it here first. I will never have an E name guest on my show ever again. So if this goes 30 years or something, and people were like, "Why don't you ever have this person on your show?" Well, because I don't have E names.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my last name is an E, but I think it's the first name that matters. So
yeah, I agree. I think that's where it is. That's where it matters. The bathrobe guy says, "Dang, bro, not cool." No, it's a little bit frustrating, but honestly, I know that life happens. I mean, like people get busy or they get sick. It's one time of canceling or not showing up, and I can forgive that. An individual can apologize. But it's that whole saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So after the second time someone blows me off with one of the people she did, I won't be asking them back on. So yeah, it's not worth it. I'm not that fucking desperate. I can talk Monday on my phone,
You know what the problem today is, though? This is his April Fool's joke on you.
Yeah. Yeah. When I invited him on, I was like, I swear to God, I'm not asking you on as an April Fool's joke. I would love to talk to you about your expertise. And he's like, yeah, sure, bud. I'm going to fuck you over. April Fool's kidding.
Yeah, he's like, you're not fooling me. I'm not coming on there.
Yeah. He probably went back through and watched a few of the episodes, like on yours. Was it yours that I did?
Yeah. Guess the object. Yes.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to play that game. It's stupid.
You're not going to humiliate me on live TV.
Yeah. Brandon's okay with a little humiliation, but most people aren't,
Oh yeah. I mean, I often humiliate myself. So, I mean, might as well let you do it too.
Hey, same, bro. Same. Just this weekend, I humiliated. It was just me and my girlfriend, and we went up to the mountains, and we were doing some gold mining. And my dumb ass gets so excited sometimes I just don't feel like anything, I guess. So we were in like 40-degree water, and I guess that's bad to be in 40-degree water for a long time. And I was pushing myself.
Sound pleasant.
Yeah, and so I was pushing myself more than my nose itch is really bad on the sides right now. I don't know what's going on, but I was pushing myself more than I normally do, and I popped my heart rate up to like 160, and it would not come down. And so like I started having like a panic attack with my girlfriend, and I'm like walking in circles, like, oh God, this is it. This is it. She's like, babe, chill out. It's not it. It wasn't it the last time. It wasn't it the time before. It's not it.
No, but this time,
This is.
this time though, I can see the light. I can see the light.
She's like, that's the sun, Kenyon. It's the sun. So yeah, obviously, it wasn't it.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, you're still here apparently.
mostly, I don't know how much my head is here, but most of me is here. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a fun time up in the mountains. Besides that was at the end of it, anyways. We needed to be wrapping up around that time, and what it was is so the water was about waist deep, and like I said, around 40 degrees, and I was running back and forth across the river in the water, just like excited and stuff from one side to the other. And I got over there and like went to catch my breath, and then like I realized like my heart rate was not going down, and my watch said it was at 160. I was like, God dang it, that's pretty high, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the cold. First of all, I don't like cold showers or cold jumping in a cold lake or water or anything. I know it's supposed to be good for you, like a blast of cold. Well, some people do the ice baths, and I guess
Yeah.
those are probably I don't know what temperature those are at, but they've got to be pretty chilly. But I don't know. It's supposed to be good for your immune system and everything, but I I just can't do it.
Yeah, I've never done one of the ice baths. I know you're only supposed to do like 15 minutes in them or something like that. I was in the water so long that yesterday was the first day I noticed improvement in the way my feet feel. So it was, that like that tingly, like a sleep feeling your feet will get sometimes if you like sit on them wrong or something like that. My feet felt like that for like 4 days.
At first, I thought you were going to say yesterday was the first time my testicles finally dropped back out of my body.
No, I mean, they still haven't, but that's a different
Oh,
story.
okay. That's another issue.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue. So, but yeah, anyways, it was a good day up until that point. So, got to learn a lot about that. And we figured out that that's the reason there's no other people up there mining right now, is that the water is probably too cold. So,
Yeah, okay. Oh,
these are
yeah,
some ice on some parts.
you were talking about doing is that part of what you're like looking into doing art because you were talking about mining, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we were checking out some places. We were trying to get like samples to see if the dirt was rich in any certain area more than others. Uh, Now we're going to more so work on finding areas that are a little bit further away, I think. The area that we went up to is called Grimes Creek, and these two Texas billionaire brothers bought up like 1 million acres in that area of the world and shut it down and stuff so nobody can go on it. And all the areas that you can mine or whatever are just, I think they're prospected out. I really do. I mean, it's just people are up there every year. They're digging in with their, machines and stuff every year in that river. And so we're going to go elsewhere, try to see if we can find, another creek or river or whatever that runs year round, because that's something it needs to be able to run year round. So you have water, because you need water for doing gold mining in most ways. I mean, there aren't many ways you can gold mine that I know of without water. So, and we're going to find a different place other than that and see about going there. So
Do you take your little pan out there and do the little thing where you're like scoop it up out of the river and go back and forth to try to
yeah, so you have what's called a sluice box, and so it's like this big long, it's like a 12-inch wide funnel system that you put the feed water in through the top, and it creates a current through your sluice box, and then you dig out dirt and you put it through there, and then the dirt's supposed to, if there's gold, the gold's supposed to settle down to the bottom. And then when you're done with that, you take that and you clean it out. You pull it, comes apart in like 5 different pieces or something like that. And you clean that in a bucket. And then you sit there and you pan out what was in the bucket. And then, yeah, so, I mean, we've gotten a couple flakes, But it's not, I mean, it's not enough to, be like, well, let's keep doing this forever, I guess,
Yeah.
So,
Not enough to make a wedding ring out of or something.
yeah, no, not enough at all. And that's, that's definitely on the prospect of what I want gold for sure. Yeah, wedding rings are expensive, and I'd love to be able to actually make her one, especially because I know how to do all that kind of stuff, at least on a rudimentary level. And so I'll make it myself. And so I'll make a
cool.
ring. And then I can finally propose and get married to her. I call her my wife anyways. We've been together for 7 years. And so, there's not, we know everything about each other, especially because I run my mouth a lot. So she knows everything about me for sure.
Yeah. Whether she
Even
wants to or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether she wants to or not. Yeah. We have metal detectors. We go up and do metal detecting. And so we found some cool stuff. Like all this is stuff we found metal detecting. She found, and it's not like real or anything, but she found this gold ring.
Oh, that's
day.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the cooler things she found actually, I've got all the treasure box right here. This is I forget what company it is. Oh yeah, so it's Revlon, and it is it's metal, but it's a lipstick.
Oh yeah.
It's an old like 1930s Revlon lipstick that she found in the sand down by the river.
Well, that's
So it looks
cool.
it's kind of weird looking. The lipstick would be inside here. This part would unscrew normally, but like we're not going to unscrew it. God knows what's in there now. I doubt it's lipstick anymore.
I was gonna say, break it open and put it on your lips and see what happens.
Yeah. Back then they were putting uranium and everything, so no thanks.
Oh, okay, didn't know that, but I had a relative that had well, I guess he still does, but have a metal detector, and I got one, a cheaper one when I was younger, and I would go metal detecting sometimes. A, a lot of the times you'd just find a lot of nails and like we usually you'd go where you knew a house used to be or something, and
Mm-hmm.
and you end up finding a lot of nails. Found a couple horseshoes and some coins, not anything like, worth too much. Maybe a couple wheat pennies, but other than that, just regular change, old change. But yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like the process is fun itself. Just going around and hearing that beep and then trying to figure out where the exact location of the beep is.
Yeah,
It is fun. We like treasure hunting is essentially how we look at all of it. Gold mining
right.
or metal detecting is just treasure hunting. So
Yeah.
we get to feel like we're pirates or something. Arr.
Yeah. Yeah, and my
uranium girls, he says. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, no, that's all right. My uncle got really good at knowing even the type of beep it was. Like when it would go over, he's like, "Oh, that's a nail," and he wouldn't even bother digging because he knew like the type of. There was like a little, I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of a stutter beep, and that was more like cheaper, like a nail type thing. And he would the coins were more distinct.
Yeah. Yeah, they stick out more. So like I have this one. Mine's right here. And so if you turn it on here.
Ooh, it plays music.
Yeah. Plays a little. So if it gets beeps up to like all the way up here and stuff, then that's going to be like coins, and then here in the middle is going to be like jewelry, and then like raw minerals will be like right here, but solid metal objects will be more in this area here.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Well, Yeah, back when he was doing it, he didn't have like the digital display. It was just like he had the dial. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He just
It's
had the dial and
dial.
had to kind of judge from just listening to the different types of beeps. But I think that would be a lot more helpful to have the digital display and everything.
Yeah, and it's a different sound for everything too. So like
What?
solid
Oh,
silver coin make a different sound than horseshoes or whatever. So that's kind of useful too. My hair keeps on like trying to get sucked into my shirt, and I don't know why. But it's hot. It makes it hot down there.
just take it
No,
off. Take it all
not.
off.
And I was waiting for something. I was like, no, not all the way down there. It's not hot all the way down there, Brandon. Calm down. So I'm going to show a really quick picture here because so I looked up. He was saying look up the uranium girls, and I guess they're called radium girls, and they would have. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Just share the entire screen. Share. There we go. The infinite screens. I love it. So we can see here.
Oh,
Yeah, it would cause. So it says it would cause abnormalities, deformations, jaw decay, and stuff like that. But they would work in these factories where they would make these, like right here, clocks and stuff like that. And the uranium that they would use to make them would cause, obvious issues. So pretty bad one. So yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know about that.
oh yeah. Well, chin up. Maybe it'll get better.
Yeah. Chin all the way up.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
God.
That's
Some of the When
terrible.
you look at some of the stuff like that from history, and then people are like, no, we should trust corporations and trickle down economics. I just kind of stare at them blankly, like, really? We should really trust people who are after making money by any means necessary. How could that go wrong?
We'll be fine. We'll all be fine.
All you need to do to look at like how people can be just horrible human beings in the pursuit of finances is look at the tobacco industry. That's it.
Yeah.
Just look at the tobacco industry, and then you have all your answers to can corporations or people who are after riches be corrupt? Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. A
Just a little bit.
little bit. Before that was regulated, they could actually tell cigarette people that cigarettes were healthy for you, that they were actually they would actually stimulate your throat, and so it would help you breathe better.
Well, it would stimulate your throat maybe a little,
Yeah.
but no breathing better. No.
No, 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 no. Yeah, it's it's always funny to go back through history and see those sorts of things, like during the Industrial Revolution when they first started having kids in factories. Then you'd have like the kids would live to the ripe old age of 13 and basically die of old age from overworking. It's like, no, there's a reason we have laws and regulations in place, and they're usually really a good thing to have. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's just amazing how they just the blatant lies. I mean, I I don't know. I can understand. I can kind of understand like allowing people to believe certain things, but when you put out the advertisement, this will do this, this makes you breathe better. This is good for you, and that's horrible.
yeah. Well, and it's like a modern day variant on that is like currently Elon Musk tells people that X platform is the platform of free speech, when it is absolutely not the platform of free speech. It's a platform just like any other platform, that it encourages certain types of content and boosts them, and discourages other types, and
Right.
deliberately funnels it and keeps it from being able to reach a broader audience. That's and that's not as bad for people physically, necessarily, but it is bad for people like mentally. You go on
Yeah.
there hoping that you can reach a broad audience and get your message across, and maybe it's an important message, but all of a sudden you realize that no matter what you do, you're never going to, because you're not sitting there talking about white supremacy, which is what Elon seems to want. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there's worse cases. The food industry in our country right now is absolutely atrocious. No matter how you look at it, you have to eat, and so it's like, eat good healthy eggs, or eat good healthy meat, or whatever, and it's really just got all these chemicals in it from the stuff they feed the animals, and we're getting higher rates of like cancer because of it, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, and causing obesity, which is a huge problem in the US.
Yeah, it's becoming a huge problem in my midsection too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a video, yeah, yesterday or day before about fasting. There was, Corinne Johansson and, Elizabeth Silic LaRue were talking about, methods of fasting and how you should do it in a responsible way and everything, and how it helps, helps your digestive system and things like that, and so, yeah, I was kinda thinking about it, but also I don't like to be hungry. So,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a hard part, you know? But
yeah,
I think I might try it sometime. I don't I don't know how well it'll work or how long I can go, but I don't know.
yeah. No, I put on, since this time last year, I put on about 50 pounds, from just mainly switching over to like a completely sedentary uh,
Yeah,
life, and so just sitting on my ass more and eating the same. And it used to be, when I was doing construction, I had enough muscle mass that, I would burn through calories like crazy, so I could eat whatever I wanted, however much I wanted, and I, retained a pretty healthy physique.
yeah,
Not so much now. So I'm having to relearn that and relearn how to live. And, today I haven't eaten so far today because I don't want to eat until dinner time. Because for some reason, like if I start eating, it's a hard thing to like shut off lately or something.
yeah.
It's like the second I put breakfast in my mouth, I'm like, well, isn't it lunchtime already though? I feel like a
Yeah,
fucking
it's
hobbit.
pretty I find myself doing that too, as I'm like, it's, done with one meal and thinking about what I'm gonna have for the next one. It's like, "Okay, let's just let this meal settle before we even think about the next one."
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Same thing. I have the same exact problem right now. And so I know that doing research on it and stuff, one of the things can be, as you get older and stuff, your testosterone gets lower. And I know that
Yeah,
that can cause like different appetites and stuff like that. And so that might be part of it. I've thought about going on some sort of testosterone, medication, or TRT, which is the injection, I believe. Um, but it's like, I don't know. There's a medication that can stimulate testosterone, and it actually is like a, prescription medication, and it's supposed to work. I'm like, if you go to like the vitamin shop or, drugstore or whatever, and you get those testosterone tablets that are supposed to encourage testosterone and stuff. How many times can I say testosterone before I'm done talking about this? Um, so the ones you get from stores and stuff are crap, but the prescription one is supposed to work. So I don't know. I'm probably going to try it eventually, but yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of mine also is the sedentary part where 'cause since I started freelance writing a few years ago, and I'm just basically sitting here in front of the screen for most of the day and writing and whatnot. I'll go to the kitchen, bathroom, and back, but that's not a lot of activity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons this weekend, I was pushing myself so much, is I'm like, gotta get as much exercise when I'm having fun, because I love nature, and so like it doesn't feel as much like exercise, but my heart told me I was wrong. It was exercise. It's like you can pretend it's not all you want, but it is.
Yeah, I used to have a membership at Planet Fitness, and I would go regularly, but, when I I'm not earning as much anymore, so I can't be spending extra stuff on gym memberships and stuff like that. So I haven't I haven't gone to a gym for the last, I don't know, it's been a couple of years or so. But um with my I'm on Medicaid now, so I have free healthcare, and along with that, my insurance will give me a free membership to a gym.
Oh,
So,
really? That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So I'm gonna try. I still haven't, activated it, so it's kind of hard to get back into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been a big gym person as it is, and so I've had like the mouthy renegade rider. He's invited me to tag along with him because he can have one guest or whatever with him when he
Right.
goes.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and so I have, I want to, but at the same time, like I don't. I don't
Yeah, I
really like
know.
gym working out. I've always preferred like natural working out, even just yard work and stuff like that or construction, and so it's kind of
Yeah,
hard.
the thing about that, I agree with you. I'm not a gym kind of person, but I know that I'm not gonna do it at home. Like, I'm not gonna motivate myself to do it, but if I go to a place that's specifically for working out, then what else am I gonna do there besides look at some hot guys? But, I mean, I've gotta do something while I'm looking at them, so, yeah, like, if
Well,
I'm there, then maybe I'll actually do something.
well, that'll get your heart rate up too. So that's good either way.
Yeah,
Win
yeah,
win.
yeah.
That's funny. What did you do before you started doing writing more full time or whatever?
I worked for a pet and livestock company for several years, and I did a little bit of everything there, but I was in charge of like the online store. We sold through Amazon and on our online store, so I was in charge of all of that. And I started writing a blog on there, and that kind of started the freelance writing part of it. And I started my own website and writing a blog on that, and then went to Medium and was writing on there, and then the 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 owner decided to retire of the and sell the company, and I didn't wanna keep working there. I had gone as far as I could. I wasn't gonna, like, there wasn't any room for me to grow anymore there, and I didn't really enjoy what I was doing all that much, and I love writing.
Yeah.
So, I got a job as a freelance writer, writing for a company, and I ended up writing for a cat website and a calming dog website, and that was pretty cool. So I did that for about a year, and I did a couple other companies I worked for, and I'm right now I'm doing a little bit of freelance work as an AI trainer evaluator, and so, again, that's not my passion, not what I wanna do. I'd rather write full time, but I've gotta do something to pay the bills besides the Substack. I've got some paid subscribers, but not enough to earn a living on, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I still gotta do the extra stuff until I build it up.
Yeah, no, I feel you there. Um, I think it's one of those things where on Substack, you kind of have to get to like around 1,000 yearly subscribers, and then like you kind of have a good income base for the next year. You know what I mean? But until then, you're probably going to have to be doing some other things here and there,
Yeah.
to have income. And so I am in that exact same position right now. But I don't do freelance writing. I've never done freelance writing, and so um, yeah, I don't. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. So, but
Yeah. I just basically, I looked on LinkedIn and for those types of jobs, and that's where I've gotten, all of my freelance writing jobs, through connections on LinkedIn, and, the downside about freelance writing is you're writing for this company, and they tell you what they want, what kind of articles they want and stuff, so it's still not you're not writing what you wanna write, really. I mean, you've
Yeah.
kind of got these restrictions and these parameters that you've gotta write within, so I do enjoy writing, but I'd rather write what I wanna write, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's so we've talked about that too. That's how I feel I want to be able to write fantasy, but that's also not what sells, and so
Yeah.
fiction isn't, especially on a place like Substack. It seems like the primary source of entertainment and financial gain on the site is going to be writing something news or political related, and so it's hard to veer off in a different direction. It seems like if people want their fiction and fantasy, they'll go find a published book or something. I guess
Yeah.
they don't go on Substack looking for it, which is a little bit rough. And then Medium, like you can't write shit on Medium besides like I swear it's like almost like I guess I call it like meditation writing or something. I don't even know how to describe it. It's Medium has a very specific genre you have to stick to in order to like get a large reach. And if you don't, then like hardly anybody's gonna read your stuff. And so it's a frustrating platform.
Yeah, I'm still on Medium, but I I'm very close to downgrading to just a free subscription because 'cause I'm paying the $5 a month thing and putting my stuff on there. I'm not getting near as much as I used to. I for during the height of the Boost program, I got several articles boosted, and that was I made pretty good money for a few months in a row, but then everything changed and they were looking for different stuff and what I was writing wasn't working anymore. So I'm not I'm not making anything on there anymore. So I'm to the point where I'm probably gonna cut that one off. But
Yeah.
have you written are you on there? Or have
Yeah,
you
I'm on there.
Oh, okay. I guess I did I know that? I don't
I
know.
don't know if you I don't know if you knew that. That's kind of where like I started before I came over here, but I wasn't there for very long.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't write that many articles before I popped over here to Substack because I
Oh,
just
okay.
preferred the I started to notice that Medium really had a strong preference for types of writing that I just wasn't really necessarily willing to write. And part of me is like, I could go over there and I could just, basically write the same type of crap. I'm capable of it. It's not like I can't. It's just like it feels so insincere and stuff. It's like, 10 ways that I became more happy or whatever. Well, that would be a fucking lie. Like, it's day in, day out for me as an individual. I am happy. I love my family. I love my life. I've actually, you know, finally I'm in a position in my life where I feel like I have, someone who loves me and, I feel more content than I ever have. But I'm not going to write 10 lies of how I got there. It was just all chance. I didn't fucking do it. She's the one that asked me out to coffee,
Yeah.
so it wasn't anything at all I did.
Well, I mean, you could still put your stuff from Substack on there, just copy and paste and, put it on Medium and maybe make a few cents on each article or whatever, but,
Yeah,
that
that's what I've been doing. But yeah, you're right. It's a few
Oh, yeah.
cents. Nobody
Yeah,
reads it. It's
yeah,
nobody, it's not like I said, it's just not because a lot of what I write now is satire,
right.
and satire really just does not do good at all on Medium.
Yeah, especially not now 'cause, uh, well, it was really hard. I was getting the ones I was getting boosted on was the ones I was writing, personal stories about being gay, and it was LGBTQ stuff, that was mainly what was getting boosted for a while, and then I wrote an article about AI, and that one got boosted, so that was kind of a different genre, which was I was kind of proud of that I was able to break into a different kind of category,
Yeah,
and then so my next goal was I was like, "I wanna get boosted in a humor article," which is really difficult because humor is subjective and they only like certain things. But
yeah,
I wrote one and I got it boosted and it was a humor article, and so I was really proud of myself at that time. I was like, "I finally did it,"
yeah,
but then after that, that's when a lot of the things changed with the boost program and hardly anybody's getting boosted anymore, and so
yeah.
I'm like, "Well, I guess that's over." It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, I had I had one article. It didn't get boosted, but it actually made like a few $100. And
Oh
I
yeah,
had that was back when Mouthy Renegade was over there still, and he submitted me to be boosted or whatever.
nominate. Yeah.
For that article, and they denied it, even though without a boost, it got thousands of reads, and I mean, it did incredibly well. So that was kind of around the time when that happened, and they refused to boost it, or or whatever. That I was like, well, maybe this isn't going to be where I want to be, because it's like that would have been a good one to be boosted. It was funny. I put a lot of work into it, and even without, like I said, even without boosting, it got thousands of reads, and so it was.
Well, that's really good, especially. I mean,
Yeah.
well, being in his publication, he has a lot of his publication is pretty big. I was writing in. I mean, I still am, I guess, in his publication, but I just don't write much on Medium anymore, so I don't submit anything anymore. But yeah, he has a pretty big publication there, and where was I going? I don't even know where I was. I was on a train. I was on the
um,
train and I just jumped off. I don't remember what I was going to say about any of that. It just
yeah, we were talking about how you can get a lot of reads without a boost.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
well, it was really good that, even without the boost, you made pretty good money on it. So, that was that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was cool to see, that happen and stuff, but then it was like every article after that ended up getting like, 10 reads or whatever. And so it was
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like I got like filleted or something after that. Like I got punished for somehow doing good in the system without even getting boosted. And they're like, we don't want this type of crap in here.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
titled why is Trump why do people keep calling Trump an idiot? And
Oh, okay.
it was like, but he's super smart. This is, he made these decisions and it led to his, casinos getting shut down and just shit like that. So why do people call him stupid? He's clearly a brilliant person. So maybe they thought that I was serious or something. They didn't realize that it was complete and utter satire. I don't
Well,
fucking know.
yeah, that is an issue with a lot of people. Even though it's labeled, you can put that little head or what's that called? The header or the whatever it is at the top, satire or whatever, and
Yeah.
still people will read it and complain and berate you and stuff. It's like this is a joke. This is satire. Do you not understand sarcasm or satire at all?
Yeah.
People, come on.
Yeah, I got blocked. I got lectured, and then when I pointed out that it was satire, they blocked me on an article I wrote, where I said that I decided to see what it was like to be one of those people that was filthy dirty and talk to themselves in the middle of like public places. I wanted to see what it was like to be that person. So I went into
Oh yeah.
I wrote that I went into Walmart and I was walking around talking to myself and blah 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 blah, and
Yeah.
it was clearly fucking fake. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how someone could read that and be like, "Oh God, this happened." I guess with nowadays, I guess more so with like TikTok and like the things that some of those types of people do on there, and such. Like I can
Yeah.
see it, but like I don't know, it was printed in World of Satire, for God's sake. Just look up at the HTML and you'll see World of
Right.
Satire, or if you're on your phone, it says World of Satire right at the top. And so when I pointed that out to them, they blocked me.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah,
yeah, they like,
I read that one. I remember that one. I read it.
yeah, yeah. So
That's crazy though.
the one I
Oh,
wrote yesterday, I was hoping people would think was real because then it would be funny, but I don't think
no.
anybody thought it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh, one
funny
of the
how.
things I was gonna say was that, Medium also writing for the boost and stuff, you have to kind of follow a formula and stuff, so you're still kind of having you're not writing exactly what you wanna write, you kinda have to do it the way they like it, in order to for them to promote it and stuff, so there's still all that, and that's one thing I like about Substack, you're not writing for their curation or their algorithm or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Substack, I think if Substack has a preferential algorithm type treatment of people, I think it's when people come with their own audiences from other platform. I think it prioritizes those individuals, which makes sense because those are going to be people who are coming over from like, you know, the Washington Post and have a big following of 80,000 immediately. And so they need to be able to boost those people because then it'll draw in more people so that they can grow Substack to larger numbers overall. So, but other than that, like I don't think there's really a necessary content preference. There's definitely categories that are more
Popular.
competitive.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, popular and competitive. Like news is incredibly competitive.
yeah.
That's the hard one. I wrote in humor and news for a long time, and I would get in the leaderboards for humor without ever touching the leaderboards for news, which told me that news is way more competitive than
Yeah,
humor writing is. Um,
yeah.
Same with culture. I got on the culture leaderboard a couple of times, but never on news as well. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what it told me is that the news is incredibly hard to get going on.
Well, I think the same is true on Substack. I don't humor. I don't think is quite as competitive as like news or politics or whatnot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and
So
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you're good.
No, I was just going to completely change the subject. So if you were going, if
No,
you
you're good. Go ahead. Change the subject.
Well, I was just good. Aaron in the chat just said, "Everyone look the tree." So I had a St. Patrick's Day tree last month for March,
Hmm.
and had Lucky the Leprechaun up there and everything.
Yeah.
Since today starts April, I changed the tree. It is now an Easter tree. It's got I don't know if you can tell. It's got a little rabbit at the top
Yeah.
and a bunch of eggs and a couple other little rabbits. I did put a cross on there too because, I mean, Jesus.
He has risen.
So
That's awesome.
my Easter tree. This is the first live I'm revealing my Easter tree on. So there we go.
I love your tree. Yeah, I love that it keeps on changing with the holidays and stuff.
I thought I was going to end it at after March. I was like, I didn't think I'd have Easter stuff, but I was like, oh, I've got all these eggs.
Yeah.
I could throw the eggs on. Yeah, I could do this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, because we were talking, you weren't sure what the next holiday you would do it on. I think you should bring it back out if you do put it away. I think you should bring it back out for Halloween and do a Halloween tree,
I could do Halloween would be fairly easy, I think. I could do that. But
and then you could do a
from
Thanksgiving tree and then a Christmas tree.
yeah, Thanksgiving might be difficult.
Not just do fall colors and then
Yeah,
turkeys, little turkeys. Do a big turkey up top, and then you
yeah.
know little like decorations that are shaped like mashed potatoes and stuff like that.
How about I get really
No.
just throw food on the tree, throw some mashed potatoes on there, and get some leaves from outside, sprinkle leaves all over it, and
Yeah, I like that tree idea. I think it's really cool. So I'm glad that you're continuing to do it.
yeah, we'll see after April. I mean, I don't know about May, Mother's Day, Memorial Day. It might be difficult.
Yeah. You've got Pride, you said, for June, so that one can be done.
Oh yeah, I can do that one.
Yeah. And then so I guess with Memorial Day, you could do like American flag colors and stuff, but then that's also July for Fourth of
Oh yeah,
July. You could do the same
yeah,
thing. So, but then you
right.
don't really have much for August and September.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this last time, weren't we? Because
Yeah, I think
August
so. Yeah.
August is a dead month. There's nothing in August.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, August would be a hard one for sure. And then September, I think, was also difficult. But then October, November, December, you've got things again. So that's good.
Yeah,
And then February for Valentine's
Valentine.
Day.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So there's only a few months out of the year where you have to either just scoot it to the side. Don't even put it away.
I
Just
know.
scoot it
Wow.
out of
Yeah, this is one of the old type trees where it's got the wires and you like put them in the holes in the tree, you know, and
Mhm.
like that's too much to have to take down and put back up again. I'm not
Yeah.
doing it.
Fair enough. I completely understand. I know exactly the type you're talking about, and they are kind of a pain in the ass to do over
Yeah,
and over again.
yeah.
Yeah. So just sort of scoot it out of the way so the camera can't see it, and then just put a poster up or something.
Just push it over on the floor or something. I don't know.
Yeah, lots of cats do that. They would love it.
Yeah, they don't mess with them actually. They
Really?
yeah, they don't touch them.
I've never had a cat that doesn't mess with a Christmas tree.
Well, partly, both of mine can go outside, and I think they kind of get out their energy and stuff when they're out there. Zoe, she roams all around out here, and because I live in a rural area, so I don't have to worry about the highway and stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
plenty of room, and so yeah, she goes and hunts and stuff, and I think cats that are cooped up and can't get outside, they need something, and if you don't have, like, a cat tree or toys or stuff like that, then they're probably gonna resort to like, mine would resort to this. They would try to climb it if they didn't have other stuff.
Yeah, we had a cat that we loved, man. She was just like one of the type of animals that's just like part of the family. Her name was Patches, and she was a fluffy calico. And she was just sweet, just a sweet, sweet cat. So much so that somebody stole her. Um,
Oh,
and that was because she was a free spirit and loved to go outside, and she would visit all the neighbors and stuff like that.
oh, yeah.
And so somebody, and I think we know who, but we can't prove it, stole her. And yeah, that was a few years ago. And it's yeah, it really sucks. It's one of those things, even like talking about it right now, it just kind of makes me sad. Like it's been like a couple years at this point, but she was such a good fucking cat, man. It was just like she was so funny and sweet and gentle and friendly. And it just, now we have a cat, her name is just Kiki. And she is a bitch. She's quite the opposite. She's the neighborhood bully. So Patches, we should like I we should have kept her inside, I guess, because obviously, she ended up getting stolen. Kiki, we do keep inside, but not because we're worried about her getting stolen, but because she's the neighborhood bully. She'll jump fences
Oh.
and like beat up neighbors' cats and stuff. And so we keep her
Oh.
inside because she's a jerk. She's gotten better though, actually. Last like month we've noticed that she'll like actually like let us like pet her and stuff more, and actually likes to like cuddle and stuff. It used to be she'd jump up on your lap and like expect you to pet her, but then the second you started to pet her, she'd fucking bite you and scratch you and shit. And yeah.
You weren't petting her the right way, that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, dude, I tried every way. I figured out though that the only place she really likes to be pet is the back of her head. That's it. Like,
Oh,
do
yeah.
not pet her anywhere else besides just like right on the back of her head, right past her ears and right above her neck. That's like pretty much it. If you pet her anywhere, like especially her belly, she freaks the fuck out
Oh,
on
yeah,
her
well,
belly.
a lot of cats do, they don't like their belly rub I it seems like, from my experience, it's the females that don't like their belly rub. Like, my black cat, Zach, he's a male, and he loves his belly rubbed,
Mhm.
and he's fine with it, but Zoe, she's very sensitive there.
Zach and Zoe, those are your cats' names?
Zach and Zoe.
Zach and Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are good names. I mean, I like that. I think that's cute. They match. But yeah, you might be onto something there. Patches would let us, she was a girl, and she would let us rub on her belly and stuff, but you could tell that she
Okay.
really didn't like it.
Oh,
But
okay.
she was just so sweet that she wasn't going
Right.
to say no. This is
Right,
how
she
she
just
got
tolerated
kidnapped
it.
was, the person just pulled up, grabbed her, and drove off. And so, yeah, I really wish, like, it was one of those times where I really wish, like, even still, I wish I had the money to hire a private investigator, because I really feel like there's only a couple different people who could have or would have. And I really have it narrowed down to one of our neighbors. Their family moved up here, and they were always ranting and raving about how much they love Patches and how they couldn't visit from California without wanting to like see her and stuff, and then all of a sudden they move up here. And around the time they move up here, she disappears. But I don't know where they live. I know their
Uh,
family lives right across the street, but I don't know where they themselves live. And one of the weird things was the dad of the husband that lives across the street. He, when we got our new cat, he came over and randomly. We'd never talked to this dad before. We never talked to this man. Uh, we'd only seen him one time in passing, and he came over and asked us if he could see our cat, to see what our cat looked like. And like it just didn't sit well. And also the neighbor at one point in time, he was like, I was having dreams about Patches, and I was just wondering, like, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna like hire a private investigator or anything? And like that immediately started like rubbing my brain the wrong way.
yeah,
I think he might have been having dreams of getting fucking caught having stolen a cat.
yeah.
you know and
I was
so
gonna say if you knew where they were, you just take cookies over to their house and you're like, "Hey, we just we brought these cookies to you, and oh my gosh, you found our cat."
Yeah, only thing I know is I think they live somewhere out in a town called Kuna. I know you don't know where that is at all, but
Yeah.
I think they live. I think I remember them mentioning they live somewhere out there. But like, I would have to have like someone else go out there because they recognize all of us and stuff,
Oh,
and
right.
so
Yeah.
I'd have to like have like a private investigator, go out there and check and watch the house. And I guarantee there's no way to break Patches of wanting to go outside. That cat loved outside. So I guarantee every time they come home from the store or whatever, she's going to be trying to get out the door,
Right.
even still. And so all we need is a fucking picture. And then we have all sorts of picture evidence that shows that she was our cat and, not theirs and stuff. But it's just, I don't even know how much a private investigator costs, but I know I can't afford it.
Well, if I lived out there, I would do it for free. I would love to do that.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I was trying to look up. I was trying to look up by their license plate a couple weeks ago to see if I could figure out their last name, to see if I could look up the last name of their family out in Cuna and see if I could get an address that way. But you can't unless you are like police or whatever. You can't actually get names of the license plate owner. You can just get the history of the car it belongs to.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I would have to somehow subtly trick them into telling me their last name.
Well, that really sucks.
Yeah, it does. Anyways, we've gone 15 minutes over the hour, which isn't a bad thing. We've got up to 90 viewers and lots of people. Uh, that is very strange and not a good way, KR. What is very strange and not a good way, Marnie? Anyway, so we got up to 90 viewers. We got lots of people. Oh, Cheryl, was she fixed? Yeah, she was fixed. She was fixed. She was had all her shots fixed. She did have a chip, but all they have to do is just never take her to the vet again,
Oh,
And
yeah.
so,
Well,
you know,
I think Marnie was talking about the guy when he came over and was asking about your cat and stuff.
yeah.
That's what I was
She's
thinking.
fixed too. Kitty's fixed as well. We always get our animals spayed and neutered. So, anyways, yeah, well, thank you for coming, Brandon. I appreciate you saving me again.
No problem. I'll is this the third time? Did I
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think there's only been like 2 of the 5 times I've been stood up that you haven't been able to save me. So I'm glad that's I'm glad that you were here to do that. So
Yeah, well, I'll try to be here next week just in case.
Oh, I see. Marnie was referencing the dad coming over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
asking to be the cat. Yeah, that is very strange, right? That was so that was the last piece of like evidence that rubbed us the wrong way, that made us think,
Yeah.
because that was after the guy across the street had told me, I've been just, worried about Patches and having dreams. Are you guys going to hire a private investigator or something? And I should have fucking told him we were. Maybe she would show back up at our house.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, at this point, if we could get someone to like track Patches down and prove that they had stolen her, dude, we'd sue that whole fucking family to oblivion. We've never been people who've sued anyone. We always just let things go, live and let live, But this is the type of thing where like they caused literal suffering for our fucking family, like literal emotional suffering. Not knowing what happened to someone like a cat, even that you love and consider family, is torture. Like it's fucking really, really hard. I mean, I would rather, we've had two other cats that passed away, of old age and stuff, and that didn't hurt nearly as bad, even though we love those cats too, because
Yeah,
we knew what happened to them.
yeah, you got closure with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's, anyways, now I'm gonna look up how much do private investigators cost. I'm all fired up again about it. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for coming on. Thank you everybody for joining us. Appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate all of you in the audience who have continued to talk and chat with us. I go on live noon every Wednesday and noon Mountain Time. Brandon, plug yourself. Tell people who you are and who they can follow and subscribe to.
I'm Brandon Elrich, and my publication is Brandon Elrich is So Gay, or Elrich Unraveling if you like fiction and poetry. And I'm here and there every week, but and do baking videos and stuff. So you can catch me
Brandon
on.
works his ass off, you guys. Seriously, Brandon works really, really fucking hard on this stuff. He does a lot. He is constantly busy. I'm not kidding. He's laughing because he doesn't know how to take a compliment very well, but I'm dead serious. He is very good. He's very funny. He's a very kind human being. So if you're not already subscribing to Brandon, get your ass out there and subscribe to him today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Bye, everybody.
Bye.